Virgos, it is great to be with you guys. I hope everything is good in your world. Thank you so much, Virgo, for being here. Now, in meditation, I got a deep sense of nostalgia. I saw someone flicking through photograph albums, right? Old-fashioned style photographs that were actually put into an actual album, and they were taking various photographs out and studying them. I then saw somebody picking up a camera and thinking, gosh, times have changed. Times have changed. And then I heard the words flashback. So Virgo, you may have reached midlife crisis. You may be feeling, okay, it's time to move in another direction, but you're emotionally wrapping up a past situation. It may well be, Virgo, that you spent a certain amount of time with your partner and you may be going through wedding albums thinking, oh my gosh, you know, we were so different then, or we were so nervous then. You're right back in the past. And it's because, Virgo, you are about to jump into something brand new. That's how I'm feeling. And you're just putting the past in a little box, wrapping it up with a little bow, because you're preparing for the new. Okay, guys, here we go. The deck is the Marchetti deck. As you all know by now, everything is listed down below. The link to my channel if you'd like to book a private reading, all the decks I use, and the link to join as a member if you'd like to become one, okay? Yes. So, my lovely Virgos, here we go, guys. I don't know whether or not something has triggered this. Wow, Devil Death. Oh, my goodness. Maybe, Virgo, you're thinking of a Scorpio or a Capricorn, or maybe you're determined to put a toxic cycle that you've been in to a close and transform your life. This could be you literally deciding, okay, it's time to retire. It could be, Virgo, this is you thinking, I've been in the same job for 20 years. I'm going to move to a completely different area and I'm going to find a brand new position somewhere, right? There's a big wave of change, Virgo, that's coming. I feel, guys, you might have been nervous initially, but you've come to terms with this now and you're actually quite excited. It might have taken you a while, Virgo, to actually decide to take that leap, right? All right. Am I ready? I'm hearing, are we ready? You could be going with your kids. You could be going with your partner, or you're going solo, Virgo. You're deciding to embrace change. So Archangel Michael, what do we have for my lovely Virgos? Thank you, Michael. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What do we have for Virgo? Thank you. Okay, I'm seeing somebody taking off a heavy coat and they're shrugging on a very light top. You could be male or female. You could be moving into a completely different lifestyle, or you could be getting rid of old stuff that you've had lying around for years. And maybe for some of you, you're going for a massive change, as in you're redecorating your house, so it's really modern. Maybe it was very traditional before. You could be chucking out most of your wardrobe and thinking, right, okay, time for a makeover, male or female. You're embracing this fresh energy that has been circling you for quite a long time, but you haven't wanted to look at it. You're looking at it now, Virgo, and you're thrilled that you're having the courage to say, okay, all right, so be it, you know? Yeah. All right, guys, let's see what this is. Here we go. The Tower. All right, Virgo. This change of mind or mindset might have come about because something else has crumbled. I've got to be honest. I'm hearing damage control. Okay. Crossing that is the Seven of Wands. Okay, Virgo. You are embracing massive change. You might have been preventing a tower from falling. You may have thought, no, 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 I'm going to hang on to this cycle, this person, this situation, this house, this location, whatever this is, this job. You've been hanging on to this, and what you're realizing is it's no good. It's got to go. It's got to go. You're looking at transformative energy here, Virgo. Beautiful. In the past, the Hanged Man. Virgo, you may have felt a bit stuck, or you might have seen somebody else's perspective. Okay. After that time, guys, with the energy of the Star, you managed to heal yourself, or you surrounded yourself with healing energy, which might have transmuted to other people around you, basically sitting in a positive mindset. Well, okay, let's just look at this and see what we can do with this, because we need to take positive action. So emotionally, Virgo, you may have calmed a situation down, or you may have smoothed something over, but you kind of thought in the back of your mind, yes, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. I don't know whether or not there's going to be a big tower moment. I don't know whether or not it's going to stay at an equilibrium. What you're realizing now, Virgo, is nope, tower's hitting. You've been trying to prevent this, but you've just got to let it fall, Virgo. Yeah. In your thoughts, Ace of Wands. In your thoughts, Virgo, is a passionate new start. Yeah. I'm looking at this chameleon. Chameleons change given their environment, right? Yes, Virgo. Wow. In the immediate future, 9 of Pentacles. Virgo, you're either thinking of someone sat in pre-Empress energy, or Virgo, you're letting something fall. It could be a relationship, and you're deciding to embrace being single. In your fears, the Chariot. Okay, you are a little bit nervous. You could be nervous about making a big move, or you could be slightly worried about a Cancerian for some reason. In the environment is someone who is not so happy to embrace change. Okay, Virgo. This is a sticking point. This is somebody desperately trying to hang on in there. This is someone who may not be agreeing with what you're suggesting. I think, Virgo, what you are thinking about is this was inevitable. This tower was going to fall. I tried not to let it fall, but okay, everything's disintegrating. All right, we've got to look at plan B. We've got to look at what we can do now, or what I can do now, in order to bring some happiness to my life. But Virgo, you've got someone here sat in a little bit of a shaky, nervous energy, right? This is someone who absolutely does not want to let go. This is someone who does not want to embrace a new cycle. In your hopes, guys, yeah, 6 of Wands, hoping for victory and success. Virgo, this is a really powerful energy of you basically making the best out of a really difficult situation. I'm hearing someone say, well, what else could I do? We either wallow in this sort of unhappy, stagnant situation, or we blow it up. We blow it up. Okay, let's blow it up, right? Wow. And the final card, Virgo, is celebration. Virgo, you are turning something that was a disaster into something very exciting, right? You're turning something that just dissolved in front of your eyes into a brand new situation. Clarification for you, the Wheel of Destiny. Yeah, Virgo, you know it's fate for you to move in a new direction. And with the Ace of Cups, Virgo, you're sat in self-love and you're thinking about the new. This is such gorgeous energy, guys. This would have taken a lot of courage, Virgo. Whoever is trying desperately to hang on to something, to you, to a situation, their energy, guys, is, okay, the Seven of Cups. What I'm actually hearing is there any other way? Is there anything else that we can do that we haven't looked at to prevent us going through this massive change? Yeah, they're not happy, Virgo. They are not happy. Okay. You might be dealing with an air sign, or you could be, in the nicest sense, Virgo, be connecting with someone who still feels a situation can be patched up, or still feels a situation isn't yet over. But Virgo, you seem to think it is. You may be using your intuition. You may be thinking, yeah, okay, no, this person over here is assuming everything's going to be made all right, but it just can't be. It can't be. So, all right, let's bring in the new. But this person, Virgo, may push against this to the point where you might end up having an argument. Because what I'm hearing is there's no other way around this. There is absolutely no other way around this. Now, guys, this could be anything. This could be you, Virgo, realizing that the company you've been working in is going bankrupt. And what you're thinking is, well, okay, if the company's going bankrupt, rather than trying to find a job in the area, you're thinking about, all right, big life change. Let's move to another area. It might be, Virgo, this is you trying to hang on to a relationship, okay? But you have been coping with the aftermath of a tower moment. Your person is desperately trying to hang on to this, but as far as you're concerned, this really is done. This really is done. Underneath the deck, guys, we have the Queen of Coins. We have the Knight of Cups. Okay. And we have Judgment. Okay, wow. Virgo, you could be thinking about a Sag, a water sign, or a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, an earth sign like yourself. We've got Pisces here, Aquarian energy, Cancerian energy. Virgo, you know this is done. Other people in your environment may know this is done, but you've been dealing with someone really stubborn who has been desperately wanting to hang on to this. So, guys, let's get into this and see how this transpires. Archangel Michael, tell us about the Tower and the Seven of Wands. What is or was the Tower moment for Virgo? The Five of Coins. Okay. Realizing that money was running very short. This could have been a financial tower. Or realizing, Virgo, that someone felt very left out in the cold. Okay. Could be you. And this is you wanting to manifest change. This is you desperately wanting to manifest change. You've been thinking about this for quite a while. Yes. What was the Tower moment? Do we have an energy that tells us why there was a Tower moment? Oh, okay. Somebody may have blocked you, or somebody may have point blank refused to do something. And because of that, you thought, okay, well, if they are standing their ground, digging their heels in, there is going to be a Tower moment, right? This is somebody who may not have wanted to compromise. This is somebody who may not have seen your perspective, your point of view. And this stubborn energy might have caused a Tower. The Fool. Virgo, this is someone saying, I am not going to do this because it's too risky, or I'm not going to do this because I'm not prepared to move into a new cycle. You may have had a lot of pushback from someone with Aries in their chart. Virgo, it might be that what you were thinking about was the only way that we can make something really good out of this disaster, is what I'm hearing, is by thinking completely outside the box and embracing massive change. But someone here bluntly said, no, I am absolutely not doing that. So I think, Virgo, to be honest, you're either saying to this person, okay, well, you're on your own then, because I think that what you're saying is wrong. I think we could have mended the situation, but because of your refusal to bend, or because of your refusal to see other people's perspectives, right, I have no choice but to leave you to it. I don't know, Virgo, this could have been anything. It could be you were with a partner and you two were running out of money, and maybe there were job issues, and you were sitting in a beautiful, quite expensive property. Maybe you paid off a mortgage, but your partner said point blank, I am not selling the house. And what you're thinking about is, well, that would have solved all the problems. That would have solved everything. We would have had money in the bank. We would have had a fresh, clean slate. We could have redecorated a brand new house, right? But they're absolutely refusing to do that. And I think, Virgo, out of pure frustration, what you're saying to this person is, okay, this is done. It's as if, Virgo, this person doesn't understand the severity of your situation. They might have been living in la la land, right? They could have been in the mindset of 20 years ago. What you're saying to this person is, if we do not move, we sink. Oh no, says this person, I am absolutely not moving, right? This could have been you with a masculine partner who has spent 20 years creating a beautiful garden. This could be you with a feminine partner who absolutely cannot leave her beautiful built-in fitted kitchen. Whatever is going on here, Virgo, it's actually been enough for you to say to your partner, okay, I think we should actually go our separate ways. This person may have been shocked because we have a lot of confusion here and someone very angry. What? Says your person. You're ending the relationship because I simply won't do what you want me to do. Virgo, it's not to do with that, is it? It's not about you wanting this person to do what you want to do. It's because you feel this is the last resort. And they won't accept that. So guys, let's have a look at the past. You were thinking about feeling stuck. You could have been thinking about somebody else's perspective, or you could have been thinking about or talking to a Pisces. Six of Pentacles. There was unequal give and take, and you recognize that. And there was a sense of looking back at past mistakes. This could be financial, right? Or maybe, Virgo, you realized you could have patched up successfully a situation in the past, but by the time everything came to light, the tower was already beginning to disintegrate. That's what I'm getting. The moon. Yeah. You might have regretted communicating with a Cancerian, or you may in the past, Virgo, have recognized something wasn't done correctly or something wasn't right, and you simply sat in fear, feeling very emotional. After that time, there was, I'm hearing light on the horizon. I'm seeing the sun come up. There was a sense that this could be healed. This could be healed with the star. There was hope on the horizon, right? Ace of Swords. The truth was, if you could leave the past behind, if you could start all over again, if you could embrace change, this could be healed. So this is what you were banking on, Virgo, but you needed somebody else's say-so to achieve full healing. But somebody sabotaged that. Somebody sabotaged that, Virgo. Could have been a younger fire sign. Somebody sabotaged healing this relationship, this situation, and it's as if you're thinking, all right, well, tower's falling. Tower's falling. Somebody took really impulsive action without thinking. Wow, which put you into the 10 of Wands. It's as if we were very nearly there. We'd nearly managed to sort this out. We'd nearly managed to completely heal this, smooth everything over, and then you do this, right? It's as if I can't believe it. You went from thinking you could heal this to some kind of truth about a Knight of Wands energy, and you went straight back into the 10 of Wands. It's as if, okay, well, this is done then. This is done, right? So what you're thinking about, Virgo, is the Ace of Wands. You want a passionate new start. Now, either you are going to be sitting in the 9 of Pentacles, you could be ending a relationship and becoming single, or you could be saying to your partner, I actually feel we should just separate at this point. Or Virgo, you may be communicating with somebody sat in the 9 of Pentacles about money. This could be you, if this is a financial situation, you could be saying to somebody who you know is sat on a lot of money, we are struggling, or I am struggling, with the hope that they will say, okay, I can help you out, but this person is not. They're hanging on to their money. They're saying to you, I'm angry about this. Is there any other option? And Virgo, you're fed up. You're fed up. It's as if you've been trying to sort a situation out for the longest time, but you're dealing with two particular individuals who keep sabotaging this. One person because they're just incredibly stubborn, and another person because they're very defensive and they're kind of going to do what they're going to do. It's as if, well, I'm sorry, Virgo, you don't like it, but I'm doing this. And Virgo, you're sort of stuck in the middle trying to keep everything together, and it's as if you're flinging your hands in the air saying to both of these individuals, well, okay, but the tower's going to fall because you took an impulsive risk, which has left me in the 10 of Wands, and what you're saying to the other person is, and you just won't compromise. You just won't see the reality of this. So you're fed up, Virgo. It's as if, what can I do? Okay, well, what I can do is try and pull finances together and take independent action. So that's what you're doing. Guys, what is the Ace of Wands? You're thinking of a passionate new start. You're thinking about moving into a new property. Or Virgo, you could be separating from your partner and living by yourself for a while. It's as if I just want to settle my emotions. I'm fed up with the drama. So this could be you actually thinking about moving forward with somebody new, or you could be thinking about separating and moving into your own place, or you could simply be thinking, we need to sell a property for a passionate new start. You're thinking about 4 walls, right? What else is on your mind here? Okay, yeah. So there was enlightenment, Virgo, and a difficult message of truth. I want to put these 2 cards here. I feel for some reason there was enlightenment that this person might have decided to head off and do something completely different, which somehow caused you a lot of stress. Basically, they might have said something to the effect of, okay, Virgo, I'm leaving, I'm moving. I'm leaving you to sort this out, or I'm sorry, but I'm going. And whatever this was for you, it caused you a lot of stress. And on top of that, Virgo, you had a difficult message of truth from whomever this is, somebody very stubborn, basically saying to you, is there any other way? I really don't want to do this, causing arguments, desperately hanging on to something here, could be a property. And this person gave you a difficult message of truth, right? Yep, sorry, Virgo, not doing this. And so you were sort of stuck between a rock and a hard place, because if this person hadn't have taken impulsive action, and if this person over here hadn't been so damn stubborn, is what I'm hearing, everything could be sorted out. But Virgo, It's as if, well, I tried my best. Nobody's listening to me. Nobody is seeing this for the seriousness that it is. So I'm doing my own thing. This feels like a family dynamic, okay? We could be looking at you, Virgo, as a female or a male who is dealing with a very stubborn partner, and you're trying to get through to this person that finances are an issue, but they just won't face it, okay? They're angry. They don't want to sell the house. They don't want to move, whatever this is. And you could be dealing with another family member who's basically put a lot of pressure on you because of their actions. This is someone very impulsive. This is somebody who may be, in the nicest sense, a little bit selfish, okay? So guys, here we have you. You're either talking to someone who you may believe can help you financially, or what you're saying to a partner is, okay, I think we should end the relationship. You're not working with me on this. No one's working with me on this. You're all digging your heels in and you're doing your own thing. So to hell with it, I'm going to do what I want to do, right? Archangel Michael, when do we have the 9 of Pentacles and the 4 of Pentacles for my Virgos? Thank you, Michael. 16th of September is relevant, not very far into the future. Okay, pretty soon. Michael's pointing you forward. I'm hearing something about March the 5th of March next year. So Virgo, whatever new cycle you are transitioning into, it's going to take time. It's going to take energy. It's going to take a lot of careful thought. You're not making a snap decision. What you are saying to whoever this is if you cannot help or if you won't change your mind, then we have to look at the next cycle as being a cycle that is going to be fruitful for us all. You may be putting your foot down, Virgo. Let's have a look at the person sat in the 4 of Coins. They are absolutely determined. They're angry about whatever you're suggesting. You know, have we looked at every single option here? Are you sure, Virgo? They're angry. And you're just fed up with this person's attitude, is what I'm hearing. Yeah. Virgo, they might be feeling a sense of guilt. They may know that they are causing you additional upset because they won't play ball. They won't do what's good for the collective. They will only do what's right for them, you know. Why are they feeling guilty? Why are they feeling guilty? Because they know that what they are wanting to do is to sit in a place of overindulgence. They know that by maybe hanging on to a beautiful property that could be worth quite a lot, they are causing both of you potentially a lot of financial issues. They know it, but they're refusing to budge, Virgo. They're refusing to budge. What are they saying to Virgo? I'm hearing you've heard it all before. What I'm actually sensing is this person saying to you, I'm going to think about it. And then I heard, you've heard it all before. This person may have been dragging their feet for months and months. Okay, Virgo, they may be a bit passive aggressive. Okay, Virgo, all right, well, don't put pressure on me. Or we have to look at every single other option. I really don't want to do this, but I will think about it. But Virgo, every single time you've gently tried to bring this up, they might have been very defensive. They might have said, well, I'm just not ready. They may have said, I'm just too busy to think about this. They may have said, well, it's just not practical right now. Every single excuse under the sun, Virgo, and it's as if you're looking at this person saying, okay, well, that's fine. If you want me or us to sink into some kind of financial pit, then okay. What is this person saying? Temperance. Okay. This is someone who's saying, well, let's just not do anything impulsive. Virgo, what you're trying to say to this person is, now is the time. Now is the time. I've waited, I've coasted, we're trying to patch up a situation here. If you will not play ball, you're the one who's going to have to cope with, I'm hearing the explosion. Okay. Could be a sad for some of you. I don't know. What is this person's reaction? Yeah, I really just don't want to do this. Really don't want to do this, Virgo. It's as if you're tearing your hair out. You're tearing your hair out. Virgo, this is someone who will just not see other people's points of view. This is someone who has no desire to heal a situation because somehow it might put them out, or somehow they would have to relinquish something very valuable and maybe sort of pull it apart and rebuild, and they're just not wanting to do that. Your energy, yeah, 8 of Wands. You're angry. You're angry, Virgo. Yeah, you're angry. You might be angry with a younger fire sign. Why are you so angry? Well, it's pretty obvious. Yeah, because they are perpetually going to stand at crossroads. They will not move. What you've said to this person is, okay, well, let's give it some time. Let's try and heal this. You know, you've been gently with this person. Now, Virgo, you're coming in full force and basically saying, unless you do this, everything's disintegrating. Everything's going to disintegrate, right? And they're still not wanting to budge. So you got no choice. What are you talking to this person about? You're talking to this person about the past, maybe even going back as far as childhood. What else are you talking to this person about? Wow, children, money for children, an olive branch. What else are you saying to them? We have to pull together is what I'm hearing. We need to pull together. You may be talking to your partner saying we need to pull together for the sake of our kids, or we need to do something drastic so that we can release money, or, you know, put ourselves in a better financial situation. And then going forward, everything needs to be divided equally. I mean, Virgo, you are trying to be practical. But you are dealing with two individuals in a family situation who are both wanting to do what they want to do. And it's driving you nuts. What are you both realizing here? Yeah, the world. That this really is done. This is done. Virgo, you're not going to waste time in trying to get this person or people to see your perspective anymore. But what you are saying to whoever this is you are done. You're done. You're done. Now, that could be you saying to somebody, I'm sorry, I'm moving out. You could be saying to somebody, I'm sorry, I'm going over your head. Right? I don't care what you say. This is what we are doing, or this is what I am doing. You are determined to close out a cycle, Virgo, because something else has disintegrated, and I feel as if you're desperately trying to sort of pick up the pieces and make something good out of this. And you will, because look at what we have in the outcome, guys. We have the 3 of Cups. So you're hoping for some kind of victory and success. What is the 3 of Cups? The Hermit. Virgo, you're doing a lot of soul searching about your life, what you want, your living circumstances, your finances, family members, everything. And you're trying desperately to figure out a way of bringing happiness and celebration into what has been a disastrous situation. A disastrous situation. This is you thinking about celebration. So what are you going to say to the person who over here is being a bit stubborn? What are you saying to them? Wow. You're either saying to them, well, I'm going over your head. We have to leave anyway. This could be your partner. Or what you're saying to this person is, well, I'm washing my hands of this and I am moving. So if this is a partner hanging onto the house, what you're saying to your partner is, okay, you sit in the house then. I can't live in this house, in this environment, in this energy with you anymore. I am leaving. You may be heading off to live by yourself for a while somewhere, Virgo. You know, just for some peace and quiet, just so that you can almost let whoever this is and this person that you dealt with in the past who did something risky, almost so that you can let them know how serious the situation is. That you want to spend some time by yourself because you don't agree with what they're saying. As in, I'm going to move out of the house and live elsewhere and let you think about this. Let you think about this, right? What are you going to do, Virgo, if you detach, move into a place where you've got peace and quiet, where you're on your own? What are you going to be doing? Eight of Coins. Okay, I think, Virgo, you are going to think very, very carefully about your finances. You're going to think very carefully about your finances. You could literally be there in a rental flat or in an Airbnb, jotting down money coming in, money that will be coming in, and money going out. You're looking at all of this, but you're wanting to get clear, Virgo, about your financial situation. You're wanting to get clear. What are you going to do after that time? The Emperor. So Virgo, you could be embodying the energy of the Emperor, okay, if you're a masculine, or what you're doing is potentially going to see someone about money. Now, this could be anything. You could be having a chat with your bank manager. You could be getting a property valued. You could be going to see someone to say, if you were in my situation, what would you do? Could be a financial advisor, right? What else are you thinking about? There has to be justice, or you may be speaking to somebody about a legal contract. Okay. Now, Virgo, this could be anything. It could be going to see a lawyer about filing for divorce. This could be going to see somebody about selling the house over the head of somebody else if you are the main owner. If you are the sole owner of a property and they are refusing to budge, right? This could be you, Virgo, going to see someone to say, can I rejig the will? Can I amend the will? What are you coming to the conclusion about, Virgo? After this time apart, by yourself, doing some thinking, what conclusion are you reaching here? The Strength card. You may initially need to speak to a Leo. Knight of Coins, or you may need to have a conversation with an earth sign about money coming in the future. Okay, all right. Queen of Swords. You may be, Virgo, being very blunt with someone, or if you are approaching a Queen of Swords, they are asking you for facts. Well, what are the facts, Virgo? This could be another family member. You may be confiding in another family member, Virgo, about the issues that you've had. I need to come clean and tell you what's been going on, right? What is this Queen of Swords saying? Whatever you're saying to the Queen of Swords, Virgo, she is saying to you, well, that makes me feel stressed. But she is realizing, Virgo, that you have been trying to sort something out here. It may be what you're saying to this person is, this is our situation, or you may be going to this person for help. And what they're saying is, well, it's not ideal, 9 of Wands. They're not happy. So how are you going to leave this? What's the result here? The King of Coins. Virgo, you're either going to talk to the people involved and say, look, this is really serious. We need to take control of the finances. You may be saying to this person over here, you did something really impulsive, which caused me a lot of pressure. You may be saying to this person over here, you need to be a lot more compassionate. You need to understand the situation and not think about just yourself. Think about other people in the mix. And I think then, Virgo, you're going to go and see someone who can help you sort out the money. What is this King of Coins going to say pertaining to the money? And Virgo, this could be you. This could be a financier. What is the outcome, please? Ace of Coins. All right. Someone is going to say the only way you can get yourself out of this situation, to balance everything out, to make the best of things, is to actually move. So if somebody's been desperately hanging on to a property, whether or not it's your partner or another family member, they may have to agree to moving, because there is something here about releasing a lump sum of money, which is going to enable you, Virgo, to feel far easier about your finances going forward. If this is you deciding to part from a partner, to split from a partner, then you are legally moving out and you are purchasing something small just for you, which may mean they've got no choice but to release the property they're sitting on as part of the divorce settlement anyway. You may be putting that to them, you know? Well, you don't want to sell the house, you want to keep the house, which is going to mean that we're going to have major financial issues, so I'm divorcing you. And what they're going to realize is they're going to have to relinquish the house as part of the divorce settlement anyway, because this is what you're actually saying to them. You think you're going to keep the house? No, right? I think, though, Virgo, this is going to end well. I do, because the final card, guys, is celebration. Yes, Virgo. Whoever has been stubborn in the mix, whichever family members have said no, they've stood their ground, they've absolutely refused to see your perspective or take this situation seriously, they're going to be bowing their heads, Virgo, and saying, okay, they're going to sit in a very meek and mild energy. Okay, Virgo, we're going to follow you. You tell us what we need to do and we're going to follow you. Because, Virgo, you're bringing out the big guns, right? You're bringing out the big guns. You're basically giving two family members here an ultimatum. And at the very last minute, they will agree. They will comply. Because the alternative is you basically saying, okay, well, I'm going to leave you all in it, and I'm going to head off and do my own thing. And I think you're going to scare them. So yes, this has a chance of working out. Virgo, what a reading. I am leaving it there. If this was your story, please let me know. Reach out, drop me a comment. Take care of you guys. And of course, I will be back before you know it with your next set of readings. See you soon, guys. Bye now.